Hi, I'm Mario Guerra, the two-time former mayor of the great city of Downey. And you're watching Talking Downey with Mario
and Hans.
Sid, how you doing?
Good, how are you, Mario?
Good, it's good to finally have you on the show. You've been behind the scenes for so long. So Hans Fritz, he's a man of many hats. But most importantly, he's the executive director of the DDIA. Hans, what is the DDIA?
The DDIA is the Downtown Downey Improvement Association, and it's pretty much a group of property owners that decided to tax themselves at one point to be able to provide above and beyond services in Downtown Downey.
So all of these people are going to say, oh my gosh, more city tax dollars and so forth. How much does the city spend on this?
Nothing. This is actually a separate line item on their tax bill.
Yeah. It's totally separate on there. So they tax themselves, and this isn't the first one around. There's several of these business associations, right?
Yeah, there's plenty of them. There's one in Whittier, San Diego, all over the place. I just went to a conference in San Diego, and I met with about 200.
So they're all over the place. So basically, business think it's a good idea, tax themselves, and what do they get out of there? I mean, what do they get for their money?
They get maintenance, a promotion of available lots, events, attraction. Ultimately, it increases property values in downtown.
And security, too.
And security, too.
And security. I know that the city council passed last night surveillance cameras now for the downtown. And I knew something that was really important, and I know the association had been pushing it, was the parking lot and some of the changes there. You want to say something that, tell us about some of the changes in the parking lot?
So about a year ago, we were having some issues on security incidents at the parking structure, and we started the conversation on how can we make this facility safer. Fast forward to now, we have the city has painted the entire facility, installed new lights, new and brighter lights, security cameras, and I think they're going through an RFP for a new security company.
Right. And they painted the inside to make it brighter and everything else, and look safer.
The outside included, and we're considering doing murals on the outside.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, speaking of murals, I know you and I were talking the other day. There's like 3 or 4 possible murals besides the big street sign possible here in Downey.
Yeah. There's a few of them that we're considering, and we're working with the property owners and very talented artists. We're considering one of the 3-dimensional murals. In one of the places. I won't disclose the location, but it's you'll know about it pretty soon.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love murals. I mean, they beautify, they brighten, and you know what? It's also a graffiti proof. You know, when we started the power boxes in the city of Downey, they're all painted and adopted and so forth by members or businesses. Everybody says, oh, they're just going to graffiti it up. But graffiti artists don't like to paint over something like that. So I think that most of the time they'll respect it. There's a couple, knuckleheads out there, but most of the time they do that. So, so Hans, you came in right after COVID, right? So, you came in, you've been here for 2.5 years. So what was the association? Where was it and where is it now?
So when I started about 2.5 years ago, in the middle of COVID, I think, there was very little participation. Meetings were rushed, kept within an hour. Sometimes some topics are very important for the community, and they have to go beyond an hour. And the association as a whole wasn't really recognized in the community by other groups. And fast forward to now, and I think we've made it a name for ourselves. We built partnerships with the farmers market. Increased participation from property owners and community members.
Well, some of the things is getting activities, and I know that part is just to bring people downtown to recognize it on there. How have you done that? I know you guys have some, you brought a night market and things like that.
Yeah, so we're just promoting social media is one of them. I think we're up to, don't quote me, but I think 6,000 followers, all organic on Instagram alone. On Facebook, I think it's a little bit more than that. Social media and events, and well, not only events, we're also promoting businesses that if they have a special night, we promote it on our platform at free of charge.
Great. You guys recently just had a St. Patrick's Day pub crawl. And I know you guys did a Valentine event. I know is it every other Thursday we have the night market?
Yeah, every second and fourth Thursday, and we just started again this year.
Yeah. So you close off the street, and there's food, and I've been to a couple of them. They're family orientated. There's enough stuff there, the early part of it for the families, and then with the food trucks and stuff. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah. And the best part of it is that if you check with the businesses there, they're all benefiting from this event, and that was the whole point.
Yeah.
You can go to the newest one, Avenue Theater, for example, Joseph's, Lock and Key, and there's people there at 7, 8 p.m. on a Thursday when before that wasn't the case.
Yeah, that's awesome. So one of the other things that's near and dear to my heart, because I was on the downtown subcommittee in my 8 years on the council, is the overhead sign, kind of welcoming into it. I mean, you see it at a lot of different cool places. You see it down in San Diego, you see it out in the Valley, in Little Italy, and so forth. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so one of the upcoming projects is we're going to install a gate weight sign on near Downey and Firestone, and it's going to say "Welcome to Downtown Downey." But the point of it is to make it more visible for all the traffic on Firestone driving by. They're going to be able to see it, and it's going to be more attractive for them to turn down Downey and drive down the street and hopefully park and shop.
I think you're going to make sure there's places down there, people taking selfies with it and so forth. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah, it's come a long ways. One of the initial instigators of this that promoted that to the city about having association was our old Portos when he came to us at the city because he helped start the one in Glendale. And he's seen on the Glendale Boulevard on Brand on there what it's done for the business community. So when he came here to Downtown Downey, he mentioned it to us, and away we went. But it was not very active. It was an involvement on there. And, we're, coming for your background, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you for that opportunity because my name and my background caused a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
I'm actually from Guadalajara, Jalisco. I came here when I was 13 with
our sister city, the first sister city in the history of the United States.
Anyway. Me and my brothers and my mom, we came here, and when I was 13, I went to school here, college, got a business degree, and I've always worked in the consulting side, so I've work closely with business owners and CEOs, so I understand very well what their needs are, and it's not always as the field is not always green on the other side as some people might like to see it. Yeah.
Well, you've always been hustling in a good way. I've never met anybody more passionate and dedicated than you. Just for some background on their full disclosure, so Hans started working for me in 2013 for my Senate campaign. When I was mayor and I was running for the state Senate. And by the end, he was my deputy campaign manager and my most trusted and loyal advisor. And we just became friends and continued to. And we've had business relationship ever since for the last 10 years. And we work a lot of projects together. So I want to make full transparencies. And he's one of my favorite people in the whole world. And I trust him explicitly. I think he's got my PIN number to my computer, okay? So I trust him on there because he's always helpful on it. So tell us, what's the future for Downtown Downey? And what do you envision? Because that's one of the things you've brought here is you're always thinking outside the box. You throw things at me like, what do you think of this? And what do you think of this? And I'm like, okay. Oh, I never thought about this. So I like that about you. You're not settling.
Thank you. I think Downtown Downey is ready to build up. As you said in your previous podcast, we're landlocked. And you start to see a little bit of that with the property on Downey and Second. I think it's going to be Amores Tacos. I could be wrong, but they build a second floor. You have Ola. The second floor is getting ready to install an elevator to activate that level. You have the Masonic Lodge that it might grow into something, a restaurant or something like that. I don't know. But I could see it moving up and building up.
Right. Well, good. And membership, and are you looking to expand? How does that work? Do you know?
Yeah. So the membership is 149 parcels, and in comparison to other cities, this is a very small business improvement district. So there's always the option. Matter of fact, some property owners outside the district have asked, "Can we be part of it?" So there's always the option to increase its boundaries and provide the same services.
Right. So just so you guys know, so this Improvement District Association, like you said, 149 parcels. it's overlaid over and above it is the downtown specific plan, which is bigger and reaches out. And the downtown specific plan, the reason it's important, it allows things like, a little bit less parking here. It allows this to kind of be built, this kind of business to come in and so forth. We won an award, the City of Downey, for our downtown specific plan. So the Downtown Improvement Association is inside of that, and it's more specific to just these 149 parcels. But they pay their own way. This is not city run. They pay for security. They pay for, there's somebody cleaning the streets right now and literally picking up the papers. They pay for the Christmas decorations, the holiday decorations. They pay for the cleaning and the power washing. So there's a lot of benefits. Us as residents, maybe that are not business owners, can see that, right? I mean, in every single day.
There a lot of the things that we do are for the direct benefit of the public, whether they're business owners or not. And ultimately, the property owner sees the value of their properties increase significantly in comparison to other downtowns without a business improvement district.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, you've come a long ways, you individually, but so has the association. 2.5 years ago, and I'm a board member, so I had a say in hiring Hans to do that on there. It's been great because we were nowhere. It was flat. There was nobody participating. There was nothing, no activity. The property owners, to be honest with you, I wasn't sure that they were getting their money's worth. Today, I'm positive they're getting their money's worth and then some. Our downtown has changed, continues to change. You and the association are a big part of it on there, Hans. So
thank you.
I wanted to congratulate you. So is there anything else you want to tell the Downey residents about the association, that you feel is important?
Yeah, we have a petting zoo coming up on Sunday, April 21st.
Getting the plug in for the petting zoo.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be where the farmers market is at La Reina and 2nd Street. And it's going to be a bunch of animals, I think 20 animals that you can pet, farm animals, a trackless train, pony rides, food trucks, vendors.
So it's a kid and family event.
Yeah, totally.
What day of the week is it?
Sunday.
It'll be on a Sunday. On the Sunday, April what?
April 21st, between
21st.
3 p.m. and 6 p.m.
Okay.
So only
great.
3 hours.
Great. You got your free plug-in.
Yeah.
There you go. Good. That's awesome on there. Well, thank you for what you're doing for our downtown, Hans, on there. I think the business owners appreciate it. You've been responsive. One of the first things, here's a good business lesson to everybody. One of the first things he did when he was hired, he went around and he met every board member individually and asked them what they thought they wanted and how can he help get them there or what else they can do. He also went to the property owners to do that. So, lesson 101 for our youth, ask first, get to know the information and what's needed, and then set your game plan, your course of action based on that. So I admire you. When you told me that, I'm like, that makes a lot of sense, but why hadn't it been done before? So I think we're all rolling on there. I think we've changed our board meetings now, thanks to Ray Messler for letting us use his office or his conference room, because there's a lot of new people coming in now, and property owners can see that, hey, I want to be part of this movement. We're looking at a new logo right now. It's going to be interesting to do that. That's going to go on the archway. So it's exciting times in downtown Downey.
Totally, yes.
So great. Well, thanks for everything you're doing. We appreciate you. Thanks for being on. We welcome your questions. We welcome your thoughts. We welcome any activities that you want. As we said earlier, click and subscribe. Click on yes that you like the show, on a thumbs up, and then subscribe to it, and it'll be very helpful. Our sponsors, financial partners, credit union, as always. So thank you, Hans, for being here, part of the Downtown District Improvement Association. Thanks for watching Talking Downey with Mario
and Hans.